Hi, and welcome. My name is Xavius, and you're on my channel, Being Well. Um, I started this channel 4 years ago when I was unwell. And I won't say unwell, I was just figuring out my life, figuring myself out, I'm still doing that actively every day. But I feel that it's fitting to be here now because I have bit more wisdom, stories to tell. Um, and yeah, so I'm back in hopes of keeping this thing going, keeping this channel up and running. So the name of the game is consistency. We gonna see. No, we will we will be consistent. When I started, I was beginning my lock journey 4 years ago. So we are 4 years in, and I could not be happier with my hair. It's very low maintenance, which I love as someone who undiagnosed, but it gives autistic. ADHD for sure, that's diagnosed. Um, but yeah, my hair has been, this is the best decision I've made in 4 years. One of them. I've made other good decisions. Since that first video, I have lost over 200 pounds. I started out at close to 400 pounds. I was 388 and I was going through a lot of health issues in my 20s. I'm 31 now. I had high blood pressure and I had plantar fasciitis. If you've heard of that, I'm so sorry. If you've had that, I'm so sorry. It hurts like hell. And if you haven't, praise God. But it's pretty much the heel of your foot. Um, or the arch of your foot, there's like this sharp pain, and my weight was contributing to it. So we had to get it together. And I'm so happy I did. Not even from like this aesthetic perspective, like, oh, my body is so, because to be honest, I still have loose skin. My body isn't perfect, but my weight loss journey has taught me so much about myself. And I want to talk about that a little bit today. What I've learned on this wellness journey, starting off with weight loss. When I started the journey, it was purely for the looks of it. And I thought that once I lost all this weight, my life would be perfect. That was a lie. That is not the truth. Life has been very imperfect. And it's not because I lost the weight. It's just because, like, with losing weight, you start to realize you have to shed more than this physical weight. There's a mental weight that you hold, an emotional load. So I went to therapy while I was on that weight loss journey. I recommend anybody going through weight loss, especially huge amounts of weight that you're trying to lose. Therapy helped me so much. I know people have their weird feelings regarding therapy, especially talk therapy. But talking and expressing my feelings as someone who is the eldest daughter, and I don't feel like I've always had the opportunity to talk about my feelings, therapy was a big help and still is because I still go. Such a big help for me. And that journey was a mine. Okay. When you're losing weight and you have a lot to lose, you don't necessarily see it immediately. So I lost like 50. So, like the 50 to 100 pound threshold, I didn't even notice that I lost weight. I was so sad because I felt like I put in and I was putting in all this work only to see nothing. And my mom, who was my biggest cheerleader on that journey, was like, honey, you're doing it. Keep doing it. Don't stop. And I didn't stop. I kept going. The days were long and hard, and I would cry some days. And I didn't want to go to the gym most days. The food, after a while, something so beautiful. You get used to nourishing your body in a different way. You start to care about your body in a different way. And it's the most beautiful thing, truly. I look at food, I look at labels. I read this really good book that I'm going to recommend right now. It's called Ultra Processed People. I cannot remember the author's full name, but his first name is Chris. And I think he's from the UK. Definitely from the UK because I listened to it on Audible. But that book helped me understand a lot about processed food and it helped me to give it up. And one of the best parts of my journey was listening to that book. But the journey taught me I was holding on to a lot of hurt. I was holding on to a lot of thoughts that were not mine. If you grew up fat, and I have been in a larger body or fat, however you want to say it, my whole life, ever since like third grade, being the fat kid will humble you. Being a kid who grows up and you are kind of othered a lot, you learn to shrink yourself so that you're not targeted so much. That's how I move through the world, just kind of by shrinking myself. And I learned through this journey, I just don't want to do that anymore. I don't want to shrink. I don't want to conform. And that goes beyond weight. I have thoughts, I have opinions, I have feelings, I have wisdom that should be shared. Doesn't matter if one person hears it or 500 people. The juxtaposition of being in a larger body, but also personality wise having to shrink so as to not be constantly getting bullied or constantly getting your feelings hurt. You kind of just learn to sit in the corner and be quiet because living in a fat body, and I always tell my therapist this, it meant to me I could not physically be big and also have a big personality. I did not see how those two things could intertwine or commingle, and my therapist always reassures me like I should fully, no matter if I gain weight back or whatever, just stay true to me. Don't let people take me off my rocker, so to speak. And that's one huge thing I've learned. I've learned a lot about other people. This journey has been lonely. Like I said, I had my mom, and I didn't have her all the time. Again, I'm the eldest daughter. She has other children. So if you are also the eldest daughter, a lot of times in life, we go through things alone, just the eldest child, period. But went through a lot of this journey by myself. And I came to find out that a lot of times people don't care about the journey or the process. They just are concerned with the finished product. They like what they see in front of them. What it took to get there, whatever, and it's hard and it's long and it's forever. That's the other thing I learned. Wellness, fitness, health, truly honoring and taking care of yourself is a forever journey. It's a forever thing. So, anybody out there like, oh, I'm so tired of trying to lose weight. Oh, I don't think I can do it anymore. This is going to be the rest of your life. And it's not a bad thing. Taking care of yourself is beautiful. Taking care of yourself is one of the best things that you can do. Pouring into yourself, one of the best things you can do for yourself. I don't regret any day that I go work out or go on a walk or eat well or think well or go to yoga. I never regret it. Never. Taking care of myself is an act of resistance to me. There's a lot going on in the world, a lot of war, a lot of hatred. I always say the war is it's spiritual, it's mental. They want your mind, they want your body. Like I work and I take care of myself, but my body and my mind and my soul and my peace, those are the things that are always going to come first. Always. And I am just so happy to mentally be in the space that I'm in. I'm in maintenance now as far as my weight loss is concerned. So right now it's about continuing to pour into myself and being an example for people who want to learn how to pour into themselves, how to speak to myself, how to think about myself, how to present myself, not as a representative or what someone would like to hear, would like to see. That's nice, but I'm never going to know if people are here for me if I'm not truly being me. So this channel is for me to be me and hopefully encourage other people and welcome in other people that are struggling for whatever reason, past traumas, body image, your parents' expectations. Huh, that's another thing I learned. I had been living in a body that was ruled by other people's thoughts and opinions. I started on that journey and I was like, dang, what do I think? What do I want? Losing this weight has taught me that I can do any damn thing. I could do whatever the hell I want because I've done this. One of the hardest things I've ever done in my life. one of the hardest, most rewarding, most beautiful things. And again, it's not about how I look, it's about how I feel and how I feel about myself and how I feel about moving forward and having hope and optimism, right? I always say I feel like I was able to get to a point of being almost 400 pounds because I did not know how to regulate my emotions, let them out, process them. And I think a lot of people deal with that, the pain of like not feeling heard, so you keep it in and you put that energy elsewhere. And for me that was just eating. And don't get me wrong, food is amazing. Food is lovely. I love food, but I was absolutely over consuming. Too much of a good thing, too much of a bad thing. But so happy to be in the space that I'm in. I'm so happy to be back on this channel. I don't want to be long-winded today. I just wanted to come on and share my journey, part of it, a little piece of it, and welcome anybody who happens to see this. The ultimate thing that I've learned is that I'm not perfect. I'm never going to be perfect, but the people that love me, the opportunities that are made for me are going to come to me because I live and I want to live authentically and in my truth daily. Perfection is boring. Being an adult is boring. Oh my gosh. And I don't have kids. And people be like, I was bored, so I had kids. I ain't that bored. Okay. I'll find something. But yeah, adulthood is, it's a lot of like the day to day is a lot of the same thing. We go to work, we come home, we cook dinner, don't even know what we want to eat. Don't girl dinners every night. It can be monotonous and just like what else is there? So I'm trying to create moments in my life that contribute to my wellness that don't have to do with going to the gym or always eating right, just trying to create pockets of fun. So that's a part of being well. All of it is. And realizing through the wellness journey, there's not really room for perfection. The more imperfect, the better. I think that's a good place to end it. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Do what the YouTubers do, like, comment, subscribe, tell your friends, tell your neighbors. There's a new sheriff in town. Thank you.